Well, hello. Today we're down here at Brownhills Motorhomes in Newark and taking a look around a variety of motorhomes because I'm thinking of getting one next year. And in order to get one that works for me, I have to consider a couple of constraints. One of them is the width of my drive. At a certain point, the drive is narrower than the rest of the drive, and I'm just working out here with Megan how wide the van is at its widest point. This is the Ascari 372 from Swift. Now this one we worked out by folding in this mirror on this side. Actually we could save about 13 centimeters, which I think will give me just enough room. I'm probably going to have about 5 to 7 centimeters spare to get it down the drive. So that's one of the things I need to consider. But looking around the van, just to get an idea of what it's like, you can see it is a nice modern looking design to the van. I've got a bit of a kind of a British thing going on there, and the usual things that you expect to see on the outside with the, I'm guessing this is the fuel. Yep, it's your normal fuel stuff in there. Gas is in there, the fridge outlet, inlet there. And then down at the back here looks like a small storage container that seems to be locked. It's got the prep on the back there for the two-lay bike carrier arrangement. And it's a nice clean van. There appears to be on this one a reversing camera there just at the top as well. And then on this side you've got the Truma heating system exhaust. There you've got your hookup to get power in, toilet cassette, and then the water fill section there. And it looks like it's also got the small port there for placing a little powered pump in, so you can pump it out of an external barrel if you want to do that. Use the kind of water hog type solutions or whatever they're called. So I'll have a look inside. Decent width to the door, and a little integrated bin there as usual. I'm sure there'll be, is there a step here I need to press? Maybe it isn't, maybe that's the integrated step, perhaps there isn't one on this. And then inside we don't have any lights on in here, but this is a kind of inside which is nicely appointed. The good thing about these little compact vans is with the sort of squareness of the ability, once you put this kind of coach built effect back on the chassis, you do get this extra sort of squareness. That means you do get a lot of extra space. So at the back you've got these nice windows all round. You've got the really good and sort of spacious, just take a quick seat on here and see what that's like. Yeah, I mean that's good because your feet touch the floor, and also your back is on the backrest, which is good. So from a comfort point of view, this of course will convert into the bed, and in this one, this is like probably the ideal van for me. The only thing I would want is, and looking at the front of this one, it looks to be manual. I would want if they do an automatic, I would want the automatic version rather than the manual version. But just carrying on at the back here then, so we've got this nice lounge area which does look very practically usable. Of course with these you get nice sort of storage bins. There's a decent ledge in there as well so things don't come flying out. Quite a lot of storage all around. Nice looking kind of modern glossy look to them. I think these do look good. So I say storage all around, it's storage left, and then the same on the right at the back here. There are no storage bins, but there's plenty of storage in here, particularly if you were going to use this as a one or a two person van. You've got plenty of options, and it's got windows with all the usual blinds and fly screens as you would expect to get with the vehicles, opening windows. It's got a skylight, nice reasonable sized skylight there at the back again with the blinds. Now in this one you can see there's a small microwave at the top with more storage here. And there are some bits and pieces in there as well for the truma, maybe some sort of container sort of thing there, not quite sure what that is. And then you've got what looks like waste and fresh water, maybe they're valves of some kind. Down here in the kitchen area you've got a decent sized little sink there, and with it being a kind of squared off sink, it's reasonably deep. And then on this side you've got the 3 burner hob, and at least, you know, this one at the end you could get a frying pan on, medium sized pan on there, and a sort of a small milk pan or espresso type device in the third one. This bit at the end here is like an extension that comes out there, and you can just place that in to there, and then you sort of extend that worktop there, so you get actually a reasonable amount of workspace there for a van of this size. I'll just place that back in. Maybe with that just a flip up would be a little bit easier, but I'm sure once you get used to it you are able to use it much more easily there. Now of course down this side you've got your fridge here, which is a Dometic. Got little drawers there with decent sides to them. Some switches there which must be for lights. Down here you have got a small but usable sized little oven, which is quite good. Some more storage space there, and a little cupboard at the bottom there which has got what appear to be, I think, the gas valves in there, but also you could use it to maybe store pans. And then don't think there's anything at the top there. That's where the sink is. So I suppose the only thing you would be doing is probably putting your cutlery in that drawer down there, which might be a little bit unusual, but not a deal breaker. So at the back there you've got also, I'm just spotting, you've got the heat vent port out, and you've got a mains and USB outlet there too. And one thing I didn't mention at the back as well, you've got all the preparation there for the TV. There's the little stand there, the articulating arm, and you've got the ports for the television as well. Here you've got a hanging locker, and this one looks to be a TV aerial at the top as well. It seems to have been kitted out for that, and the various tables to go into places like that. So you've got one at the front, one at the back. That hasn't been put away properly because the cushion's at the back there, so that doesn't close. I'm not going to therefore force it. So in here we have the little washroom area. So there's a nice little hook arrangement there, just to pop your dressing gown or coats on and things. In here you've got like a little, there's me in the mirror with a state of me, look at me. In here we've got a drop down sink, a little wash basin there. We've got a decent sized tap there, and toilet roll holder, and a Thetford cassette based toilet. Bit of storage here up at the top, kind of medicine cabinet style storage in there. Little drop down hanger at the top, a tiny little skylight there as well, just to let the steam out. And then the shower is removed at the minute, but it would come from that little point there, and then you'd hang the shower bit at the top there. And of course the whole thing just closes off with this little sliding door, which is perfectly usable. And then it's just a little bit magnetic and stiff to open again. I'm guessing up here is where you have your smoke detector and carbon monoxide and things, and then up here you've got your control panel and your Truma heating system controls as well. And then in the front you've got both seats, which of course do swivel around to make like an arrangement where you can use the front here with another table. And for travelling it has 4 seat belts, which would make it useful to travel with 4. And then of course if you wanted to sleep, you'd sleep 2 in the back, and you'd have an awning on the side to sleep another 2. So a window just there above the kitchen area, and one just to the side here for travelling. So there's plenty of light coming in here. I haven't got any of the lights inside the motorhome. You can also put another little small TV up here too. Again, it's got all the stuff put in there ready to fit a television there. More storage in and around these spaces up here. Again, actually quite decent sized storage with a good lip on there as well to stop things flying out the way that's arranged. It's pretty well done. And it looks like up here you'd have these little LED lights, which are not switched on at the minute, to give it a bit of... And you've got these kind of bits at the front that at least are accessible and aren't wasted, so you can use them for bits of storage in there too. It does look nicely trimmed as well. It's a nicely trimmed little, I mean there's a little shelf there, you're not really going to use that for anything. And then the front cab is on the Fiat basis, so it is not something I'm familiar with personally. I've never really had a Fiat before, but I'm sure from what everybody says online that they are practical and generally usable. You get these little sort of spotlight reading lamp things like this that you can use too. Sometimes they have a little USB charging point on, these don't. But all in all, it is a nice little van. What's in the storage area here? Did we check this one? I don't think we did. Oh yes we did, right at the beginning. I remember. So yeah, all in all it's a great little van I think. And certainly with this rear lounge area here, and sort of getting a look at it if we can from the end of there, get a look at the length of it. This will be something you could comfortably spend the day in. Would be good to know if you could have an air conditioning unit in the middle here. I assume if you did that you couldn't have a solar panel, I think is the word I'm trying to think of. But yes, the Swift Ascari 372 is there. Looks like they've got this particular one in at the minute. I'm probably looking to buy in March of next year, and that could be a strong contender for me actually. It's only going to be me and the dog travelling. So yes, can we see above there? I don't know if we can extend ourselves that high. If I can just get an idea of what's going on there at the top, you can see that. I don't know whether you actually can see anything with that or not, but that kind of gives you an idea of what's going on. If you can see anything, we will look back on the video later and find out. Right, well thank you for watching this little video. Take care, and I'll see you again soon.